how do I want to walk people through the process? Do I want you to register with your email and last name, then give me your credit card before you've done anything? Or do I want to just take you straight to the music? So maybe I pre-register you with your email or a Facebook login, whatever, and then I just take you straight to music.
Almost like what you were saying, like you were saying earlier, because I love that whole thing too, the journey. I think that would be like a good key word to what we're, the whole thing that we're doing. It's all about taking somebody on a journey.
Right.
Ideally, if everything works out the way it really should and could. I mean,
so
you said it perfectly.
Yeah. And so really there's two methods then to the journey from an app perspective, right? You come into that slider image, you have, register, or you have to take a free tour at that point in time. You go A or B. And so if you want to, like if you see that video and you know what the product is and you go to register, then, or even if you go, so say you go free tour and then you go, I like this, I'm going to register. So you're at the same point, register. So we get your email, we get your first name, and just, that's it, basically. Your name and your email, maybe your phone number. And then we take you to the next screen. Now, we have an option there. The next screen is either we ask for your credit card and store it like Uber stores your credit card, or we just shove you to the sharing screen. Because the sharing screen's next, no matter what you choose. So do we want to get the credit card? And then they could purchase faster, we would think. Or do we want to just kind of get them into the app, and then if they click a song that they like, ask them to purchase that time in the store?
Well, they would purchase it through Apple, though, wouldn't they?
Well, we could do it either way. So,
crazy.
However the payment, like
Yeah.
the Uber model, Uber stores your card, or they store an instance of your card on a server that then bills you by the pound.
Yeah.
In-app purchases are fine. The only problem is we have to set them up twice. We have to set them up once in iOS and once in Android. So. And there's different ones where, you can set up subscriptions as an in-app purchase. So it's, the method of payment isn't, we can talk about that next, but what I really want to guide you into is, do we want to get the credit card before we take them to the dashboard?
It's like you make it as easy as possible for you to get the transaction from the customer.
Okay.
You have to do that.
Right, of course. So you think credit card up front would be? Yeah.
And it's you get a price, and then you add something like, I'm a big fan of, I've downloaded the software, you're like, you get this is what it should be, but if you do it for a whole year, blah, 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 so your rate, you pay a lot once, it's
Right.
your rate.
Okay.
Way to go. Monthly, fuck monthly if you can. It's the worst thing that you want. But if they pay in advance for a year, you gotta fucking...
So that's what I was saying. It was like $19 a month, or get the whole year for $199. So.
Yeah, what does it come out to? 12 times 19.
240 bucks.
Okay.
So you give them for 200, they get a $40 discount.
Yeah, we just gotta play with those numbers to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because is it really worth that much to somebody?
Well,
I mean, if you're doing, that's what I was thinking. Like,
all you have to do is put the pitch into it like a lesson. Like, hey, here's what the average parent pays or person pays for a lesson, like a student, and it ranges from thousands to $60.
you get what, 6 lessons for $60 maybe, 6 lessons for $100, something like that.
For this, for our app.
No, for you, like.
No, 6 lessons are like $540.
Okay. Yes.
If you could spin it like that, like it.
So what you're basically saying is, and this is kind of different, is what if we kind of go more high end on it?
Well, that's what I think it has.
Because a round of golf is $70. A Pro V1s are $50.
Let me ask you a question.
Hey, grab that.
What's the question?
Yeah.
What are your capabilities as to design an app that can, like, are you limitless? Is it all like open source, or?
Yeah.
It is.
I'll talk to you schematics. We're going to use. It's all front end code. It's HTML, it's CSS, it's JavaScript. It's wrapped up with PhoneGap, which we don't even need really for this one, because we're not touching anything native on the phone. We're not using your camera. We're touching your music. So then we talk about, well, how do we want to do the purchasing? If we do in-app purchases, we have to pay the house, Apple, right? If we just do the Uber model where we get your credit card and we have your credit card, well, we don't have your credit card. We use a storage facility. We use a PCI compliant Braintree to basically do that, or PayPal, whatever. So now we can do a monthly on you. We could do it by the song. We can do really anything we want, you know. Or we can play with that price if we need to.
So we wouldn't sell on the Apple Store?
No, unless it's, you know, if we're doing original music, no. We can do a number of things. Well, what we will do, we'll be pragmatic. So if we're smart about it, we develop something now that we can scale out as we go. Because if we show this to somebody, we get it on the market, we find the price point that works, we're generating revenue right away, and then it becomes, you know, kind of, do we want to go to the iStore? Do we want to, you know? But we're very flexible from a code perspective, doing it that way. Because then we get iOS and we get Android. And even if we have to do in-app purchases, we can still do it with front-end code.